We'll do a bike free money question of the day. Give you a chance to win $100, $200, or $300 in cash coming up. And Christine, this little detail that has been sent in here, this is from a music teacher. Music educators have had all county festivals organized like clockwork for decades, but there have also been rude parents saving seats for just as long. Sometimes, with larger-than-expected crowds, we announced for people to leave once their child's group was finished to allow other parents to sit for their child's group. So when I get up and leave in the middle after my daughter has
if it's
competed
announced, that's different.
And performed, I'm thinking that I'm actually saving a nice seat, a better seat even, for someone that would like to get closer.
Well, every seat in this case was a good seat.
Okay.
So.
We got Bill on line 1.
Hello, Bill. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello, Bill.
The band and all that, was that all done in a gymnasium?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Why? I was wondering why wouldn't they use? You got a beautiful auditorium there.
I think that there are, because it's all county, they have so many they can't fit everybody into the auditorium.
Oh,
Yeah, into the theater. And that theater
Yeah,
at New Hartford, and I mean many of the schools, Utica's theater is beautiful. Clinton, I'm sure there are more. These are ones that I've been to.
Yeah,
and New Hartford's is really beautiful.
yeah.
So
And you
yeah,
can switch the chairs, too.
yeah. All right, Bill. There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
As long as I'm taking calls, I'll just take another one for you. Hi. Good morning. You're on IBX. Good morning.
Good morning. This is Star Jones calling in.
Hello, Star. How are you?
I am very well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Get the heck out of here. You're calling us for what?
Well, somebody told me that there was a big, huge primary tomorrow, and that's the thing that's the most important thing in my mind right now. You know that.
All right. Now, listen. You're
That's
right.
what it's about.
And you are supporting
Secretary Hillary Clinton, without a
supporting
doubt
Clinton.
whatsoever.
All right. So it's been very interesting. I was just taking your call, and normally we would have had a screener come through, but I just took you, so we're on the air, and here we go. We'll just run with it. Star, you're telling me that you support Hillary Clinton in this over Bernie Sanders, and how do you defend his charges that she's made so much money out of these speeches and the emails and all this other stuff? How do you defend her with all that?
First of all, I don't have to defend her. Her record speaks for itself. That's number one. You reject the premise of a silly question. And what's the problem with somebody making money off of speeches? Did she do anything illegal? Let's just tamp down for a minute. Did she do anything illegal? Did she say anything untrue? And anybody that she spoke in front of, did she give undue influence to their issues? The answer is no, no, and no. So why is that even a consideration? And quit blaming Wall Street for everything. In New York, Wall Street is Main Street for us, okay? A lot of people eat because of Wall Street.
Yeah.
So let's back that up a little bit, okay?
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get you upset. I'm just...
Yes, you did. That's your job, and I love it. You're supposed to be a conversation starter, darling. You're an interviewer.
Listen,
go for it.
And the fact is that, though, that Bernie Sanders knows that this is just riling people up, and people are biting on this, and yet he knows that that's the way the system works. Everybody does it, and you make money. She makes money because people want her, apparently, to speak at their events.
Very much so. And also, let's not put too fine a point on it. Secretary Clinton, Hillary to me, because I've known her for over 2 decades at this point personally, but Hillary is an extremely brilliant woman. She can articulate on a number of issues. The economy, education, international affairs, civil rights, healthcare. We can talk any topic that you want.
Yeah.
And not only is she going to just talk and go yammer, 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 she's going to come up with a policy for moving the country forward. You can be very, very critical of her, but what you can't do is diminish what she brings to the table.
We are talking to, just called in, I just picked up the phone and grabbed her, to the legendary Star Jones. I want to ask you, this is a tough one, and it's a tough one that's going to really come up in the general, and Republicans are going to really go after her if she is the nominee, and you say she will be. And that is the reaction on Benghazi, the fact of the video, and the fact that that more security wasn't placed. How do you defend her on that?
Actually, I think she rightly defended herself. Did you watch those hearings, or was it
I
just
did.
me?
I did.
Was it
I did.
11? Was it 11 hours of relentless going after Secretary Clinton? And even the people who led the hearing came out of it saying we did not learn anything different, anything more, and nothing came of it. And I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah.
I'm not exaggerating.
Well, we had a
So,
we had a congressman here that came out, Congressman Hanna, who came out and said this is political, and we've just had too many of these. Enough is enough.
Yeah, and when you know what, there's no question that Secretary Clinton said that there were, in hindsight, there were lots of things that lots of people could have done different, but she says the buck stops with her. And I like that about Hillary.
Right.
I like that Hillary, as Secretary of State, was our chief diplomat. And, you know, there's so many people out here who forget that in 2008, you and I wouldn't forget, that was a bruising election. It was knock down, drag out. And yet it never got personal between President Obama and Secretary Clinton. I mean, the campaign was tough, and they were hard on each other policy-wise. But when I was there when he was elected president in Chicago, I was standing outside. I was standing outside at Grant Park, and I can tell you that the first call the president made to put together his team was to Hillary Clinton. Now, what does that tell you about his thoughts on her judgment when it comes to diplomacy and representing his international agenda across the world? That's the first call. That should tell you something. So people who supported President Obama understand President Obama supported Hillary Clinton, and vice versa.
All right. Here's Christine with a question.
Star, you were on The Celebrity Apprentice. You certainly must have a few thoughts about Donald Trump. Something nice to say about him, perhaps?
Well, I definitely have something nice to say. Clearly, I don't support him. We've been friends for 20 years also. I know his first wife very, very well. We've traveled all over the world together. I know his third wife very well, but wait, I know his second wife too, so let's just be honest.
Yeah.
However, Donald gave me the greatest opportunity ever to be on primetime television talking about healthcare in America. I competed for the American Heart Association. I think most people know I had open heart surgery, and I did it 7 months after open heart surgery to show you can be a heart disease survivor. He gave me that platform, and I could never, ever be more grateful because it saves people's lives when they are aware of heart disease. It's the number 1 killer of women. So, yeah, you want me to say something nice? I will say he helped me raise awareness and $175,000 to give to the American Heart Association.
Yeah.
So, yes, that's a big deal. And in keeping with The Celebrity Apprentice, after it taped but before it aired, that's when Donald started that birther mess. And think way back then, I personally called him on the phone and personally told him that he needed to stop that crap because it sounded racist. And he said, Star, you know I'm not racist. You've known me a long time. And I said, you know what, Donald? People will evaluate you based on what you say, not where they think you've been. And if you don't stop this stuff, I'm going to have to tell it exactly like it is. I didn't just tell him. I told him, I told his present wife, and I told his son. So they know exactly where I come from. Donald was so annoyed with me. He goes, I gave her the opportunity of a lifetime. Yeah, you're right. But you don't own me, and you don't own my thoughts. And anybody that seeks to divide a country that I love, I don't want no parts of. And there it is.
We had his kid on just Friday, Eric Trump, who
the one that forgot to vote. Forgot to register. Okay, I mean, I told you that tomorrow is a big deal to me.
Yes.
I happen to be out of the state. I'm in Florida taking my new stepson for a spring break.
Okay.
But you know what I did? You know what I did 3 weeks ago?
I'll bet you did absentee.
Got my absentee ballot.
Yeah.
Got the application, filled the application, signed the application, got the ballot, signed the ballot, tweeted the ballot. So everybody knew how serious I was. Sent the ballot in on time. My daddy's not running for president. I remembered to do it. You mean to tell me you can't remember?
All right,
to
listen.
register to vote? Come on now.
You are. I know you got to go. You're going to be doing radio shows all morning long. I'm talking to Star Jones, who just called in this morning on behalf of Hillary Clinton. So I'll say this. the only thing that matters for you right now are these Democrats. And
Yes.
speak to the Democrats, but also speak to the young people that are incredibly supporting Bernie Sanders right now. So go at it. Why should they vote for Hillary?
Hillary is really the only candidate who has a unique connection to women, families, minorities, older people, younger people in this country on the issues that matter. No question whatsoever. There's a saying that all politics is local, especially for young people. Just think about what is going to matter to you and to your life. Hillary has talked about universal pre-K for all children who are 4 years old. What does that mean? It gives kids starting out a chance. The educational divide between our country and the world is because we don't place education on the front burner. For young people trying to go from high school to college and beyond, we're talking making sure that there's a plan for education that will not allow you to have a mountain of debt upon your graduation. When I graduated from law school, I had $70,000 worth of debt.
Yeah.
I joined the district attorney's office right there in New York and Brooklyn, and my salary was going to be $22,000 a year. So I was in debt before I even walked into my first courtroom. That is something that we shouldn't be doing in America, and I know that that's something that Hillary is fighting hard about. The Affordable Care Act is going to impact on young people because preventive medicine is really what keeps you healthy and what keeps you here and keeps you able to accomplish something. And that is a front burner issue. But the number one issue for Hillary and for me is equal pay for equal work. 40% of American households are led by women. Women still earn 79 cents to the white man's dollar. Black women, 66 cents. Hispanic women, 56 cents. We just had Equal Pay Day a couple of days ago last week. Yeah. And let me tell you something. Putting it as bluntly as Star Jones does, hashtag 44 boys is enough. It's time.
Andrew has the final question here.
So I do have to ask, of course, we've got you on the line, and of course you always have been very vocal and honest about your thoughts. Tell us a little bit about your experience with The View and that whole portion of your career.
I have to tell you, I had an amazing opportunity to be in people's living rooms, bedrooms, and kitchens for 25 years in daytime television and 9 years with The View. We're family. We may be dysfunctional at times, but we're still family. And the best evidence of how you turn a setback into the setup for the next success is during my recovery for open heart surgery, I wrote my first piece of fiction. It's called Satan's Sisters. And the book went on to become a slight bestseller, but it was picked up by VH1. And they're making a television show,
wow,
a scripted TV show, out of my book that is born of the experiences of being on daytime television. And I'm going to executive produce, and my dear friend and the brilliant Vanessa Williams is going to star in my show about my book, about my experiences on daytime television.
Wow, that's cool.
Star Jones has nothing but beautiful things to say
about The View
when it comes to daytime TV.
I just love it when they all talk at the same time, and you can't understand anybody.
That was our crosstalk. I think now that is something that we, as the originators of The View, have to give to America as our lasting legacy. I'm not proud of that part, I'll tell you.
All right, for Hillary Clinton, Star Jones calling in. We appreciate it, Star. Thanks for the call this morning.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. Be well, everybody.
Enjoy spring break.
I will. Thank you.
All right. 7:49, Christine with an update right now. Good morning, Christine. By the way, this is the point. Benghazi, the emails. Help me out. What else is anti-Hillary stuff? The barking. The barking. None of it sticks. If you are a supporter of Hillary Clinton, none of it sticks. Mm-mm. And if you're somebody who doesn't support her, then all of it sticks. And that shows you where I don't think there's any movement on that woman. You either hate her or you love her, It's going to be interesting to see what these Bernie Sanders people do. Will they support her when this is all said and done if she becomes the nominee? That's going to be the big question. Here's Christine, 7:50 right now. Good morning, Christine Bellino.